You are not going to believe what we spent on campground fees last year.
Our grand total for campsites in our first year of full-time RVing was $2,487. That's an average of only $6.80 a night for 365 days.
And we camped at some beautiful, beautiful places, and most of them were free.
Hi, I'm Lori.
I'm Kenny, and Barb's inside doing dishes.
Yeah, the traveling grandma's doing her dishes. We are the RV Adventure Team. When we decided to live in an RV, we had one main goal: to make it as inexpensive as possible. We were shocked when we finally saw the number.
In this video, we're going to break it down how we did it.
We'll share with you the 68 to 32 boondocking to campground ratio that we stumbled into.
And stick around to the end, because we will share our secret to getting our paid campground average down to just $21.44 per night.
$21.44 a night. So let's jump into the numbers, because honestly, it blew us away.
Yeah, and to put that into perspective, a single night at a private RV park can easily run $60 to $120. You all know that.
Our total for the entire year was less than what a lot of people pay for 1 month of a mortgage payment.
So that comparison is what made us realize this lifestyle could actually work out for us. We weren't trying to be cheap, just trying to be smart with our money and enjoy ourselves and see the country.
Our whole approach ended up being a split between free camping and paid camping. Looking back, we see that we developed a 68 to 32 split. Out of 365 nights, we spent 249 of those, that's 68% of our year, boondocking. Boondocking is for free.
No cost. The other 116 nights, or 32% of the year, we were in paid campgrounds. Now, we enjoy that. It's a place to go recharge, but there's lots of people around.
Now, we'd love to say that this was some master plan that we had from the very beginning, but the truth is, it's just the ratio that we fell into while, trying to save money.
All right, for anyone new to the term boondocking, it's basically just camping off grid and, with no hookups, no water, no sewage, no power. So you bring your own. You bring your own water. You either run solar, you have a generator, or
you're totally self-contained. There's no hookup.
Well, the next big thing is water. We had to become masters of water conservation. We installed a low-flow shower head. They all have an on-off valve, so you can turn it off while you're soaping up. And, just take quicker showers.
We'd fill our tank whenever and wherever we could, at gas stations, rest stops, during our paid stays, and then stretch that water out as far as it would go. So if boondocking is so great, then why did we spend 116 nights in paid campground?
Well, we quickly realized that these paid stays, campgrounds, were scheduled reset days.
And they were absolutely essential.
Life on the road, especially boondocking, creates chores we hadn't fully anticipated. Your gray and black tanks need to get flushed, fresh water runs out,
round of laundry,
take a long hot shower, do some repairs and maintenance on the camp. We basically use these campgrounds because there was no boondock parks or inside these cities.
But let's just say that as RVers, finding a legal free spot to park a 42-foot RV in downtown St. Louis wasn't a challenge we were ready for.
So we booked a few nights at a nearby RV park and used it as our temporary home. We managed this by prioritizing state parks, national parks, and other campgrounds that are always cheap.
The number one question we get is, how in the world do you find all these amazing free spots? We mostly rely on Road Trippers with Campendium. That is our main go-to apps. You can use it on your phone and your desktop, and it's community driven. So you can go on there and you can see people share pictures of where they stayed. They give you reviews and tell you all about their experience while they're there. And as long as those reviews look good, we can see that other big rigs got in there, we know we'll be fine.
Well, finding the spot is one thing, but we also learned how important it is to be good stewards of the land.
Being able to camp for free on public land is a privilege, and it's on all of us to be responsible. The golden rule that we have always stood by is to leave it cleaner than we found it.
Yeah, one thing you always want to do is check for local fire restrictions. Last year, it was a no burn because it was windy, dry.
Make sure you stay with us to the end of the video, and we'll tell you how we were able to save enough money to get that campground fee all the way down to only $21.44 a night.
Okay, we want to be super clear about what this $2,487 budget includes, and more importantly, what it does.
This number is 100% what we spent on campground fees. It's the cost for the ground we parked on. It doesn't include other big costs of RV life like the fuel, our insurance, anything like that, but everybody's expenses are different. So we wanted to mainly talk about our campground fees and how much we were able to save. And, we had no idea what to expect, and we were really shocked at how much we were able to save.
We think it's really important to be upfront about this because seeing that low number can be misleading.
We remember how overwhelming it was to try and budget for everything, and it was hard to keep track of all that. And this is one thing I was able to keep really good track of. Next year will be better. I've got the traveling grandma in there, and she's working on an Excel spreadsheet so we can keep track of all the other expenses. This was strictly our campground fee. So everybody wanted to know how we were able to get our campground fee down to $21.44 a night. And here's how we did it. We were extremely careful to make sure that we camped Nationals Park, Army Corps of Engineer parks, and anything that offered some kind of a senior discount. If you get the America the Beautiful Pass, for us, we're seniors, so we were able to get Senior Lifetime Pass, and with that, we were able to save 50% off all of our camping fees at any Army Corps of Engineer or National Park campground.
Great deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal, and that brought a lot of those camping fees down to anywhere from between $6 and $12 a night by having that America the Beautiful Pass. And then there's other states that offered senior discounts. We had a Good Sam discount, and we combined all of that. And anytime that we didn't have any kind of a discount, we looked for the cheapest place we could find, and that's where we came. So there you have it. Year on the road, our first full year on the road, 365 days, and we spent less than $2,500 on campground, on places to stay. We proved to ourselves that this lifestyle wasn't as expensive as it could be.
The 68-32 split we ended up with gave us the breathing room to actually enjoy the journey without constantly stressing about the next campground bill.
It showed us that boondocking could be a sustainable way to live. That average of $6.80 a night was a total surprise to us. And that came from trying to balance freedom with practicality. So now that we've completed our first full year, our big goal is to take what we've learned and see if we can even do better in 2026.
We hope this breakdown of our first year experience helps show that a year of incredible travel is more doable than you might think.
It takes some planning, but also willingness to figure things out along the way. Now we want to hear from you. We know budgets are a massive topic with a million questions. So drop your biggest budget questions in the comments below, and we'll be more than happy to answer anything we can. Your questions help make us better and make our content better. We learn from you just as you learn from us. So if you've got ideas that are good ways for us to save and to continue to make this life sustainable for those people like us that are on a budget, please drop those comments below.
Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and we'll see you out there on the road, hopefully.
See ya.
Don't forget to subscribe.